So, good evening. My name is Vemal Nagamani Kishore. I completed my graduation in Bhavans Vivekananda College, Sainikpuri, and I opted to become computers as my specialization. And after completing my graduation, I was opted PGDM program, PG Diploma in Management. It's MBA, and opted finance as my specialization. And in those days, we have a subject called statistics, and we used to do R programming. I was very motivated after knowing the value of Python and data science machine learning. I have also 1 year work experience from Carby Stockbroking as an equity analyst. And after completing of 1 year experience with Carby, and I joined in Insofi to complete my PGP certification program in data science. So this is about a small intro about myself, and my brother is working with Verizon and my sister is working with TCS. So the assignment which you assigned for us, this is the about task one, introduction to customer segmentation. So if you see, what is customer segmentation? So customer segmentation is the process of dividing customers into groups based on the common categories. So companies can market to each group effectively and appropriately. A company might segment customers according to the wide range of factors such as industry, number of employees, location, and also their products, previously purchased products of the company. A company segmentation segment customers based on their age also, like gender, marital status, and life stage. So why we will do the customer segmentation? So segmentation allows marketers to better their market efforts to various audience. Those efforts can be related to both communication and product development. And also, if you see, when we talk about this algorithm called a priori algorithm, it helps to find out the patterns of the customer. So, for example, taking the example of like retail store, the people who buy the milk packet, he is also was buying the bread. So these are the some rules. This is the some rules which helps to find out the customer buying pattern. So this was helpful to know the customer buying behavior so that we can give the offers which he was not buying. And the algorithm called a priori algorithm helps to find out so many rules. So this helps to find out the customer segmentation. And when it comes to introduction, these are the some important points which I feel it's important to be in this document. So segmentation of the customers and business market, and these are some basic point. These are some important points which I feel. So behavior segmentation methodology and value-based segmentation methodology. These are the some points. And when come to the document two, face recognition. So before entering into the face recognition, just I want to explain the basic concepts of CNN, PCA, and SVM. So if you see, CNN is helps to find out uh, images. So if you see, CNN is from basic background of neuro. One second. This is called the basic background from biological motivation. CNN is inspiration from biological motivation. So convolutional neural network. It helps to find out the image classification and also face recognition purpose. So the main difference between MLP, multi-layer perceptron, and CNN is pixels. The input that we are giving in CNN is in the form of pixels. If you shuffle the pixels, we will not get clarity image. So if you see connections of CNN and connections of MLP, MLP is a full connected layer, but when comes to CNN, it is not a fully connected layer. It is a local connectivity. So if you see local connectivity, the neurons are connected, the local neurons are connected to another neuron. So if you are going to shuffle the neurons, it may not get clear vision. The hierarchical manner is very important for CNN. And also if you see when compared CNN with RNN, if you see RNN, recurrent neural network, it is neurons are connected itself. So their local connectivity is also very important, and also long term local connectivity is also very important. The RNN is very good with dealing with the text. So depends on the data, we should take the algorithm. So if you see, these are the some points which I feel very important. Automatic face recognition. These are some points. Several applications of commercial interest requires robust face recognition system. And this is a general approach. Face detection, face segmentation, normalization with touch. So I was very familiar with Keras, and I also worked with project on sentimental analysis. The sentimental analysis, in the sense, the main point is my algorithm should detect the alpha value. In the sense, it should detect the best uh, stock prices. Sorry, stock shares and shares. So these are the classification, and PCI is one of the uh, dimensional reduction technique. It's one of the unsupervised learning algorithm. If you see why it is an unsupervised learning algorithm, even target is assigned. So if you see in PCA, we are not giving any importance to the target variable. We are only dealing with independent variables. So what it was doing exactly, it was shrinking the data set. It was removing unwanted columns with help of lasso. And also if you see ridge, it will not remove the unwanted columns, it will compress the data. So PCA final goal is to compress the data without much loss of information. So if you see SVM, it's a classification technique. It's one of the supervised learning algorithm. So if you see SVMs are the main assumption from SVM is the margin should be maximum, and also the slack should be in a control. With the help of cross validation, we will find a good C value, so that we will classify some techniques and we will solve the problems. And when it comes to this coding part, uh, this was I this was the data set which you was assigned for us. So this is the reading part. Helps pandas and numpys, helps to read and this file and shape and head. This is the customization function which was I was written. I'm asking to build a column name called data types, and number of unique data and levels, and null values, and null percentages. So these are what I was giving customization function. So if you see this uh, state has a yes, five unique values, Washington, and this some other. And also if you see this, so this is my customization function, and I'm checking the duplicate values, and Seaborn for better friendly plots, and to deal with the plots multi-plot matplotlib. If you see the distributions of numeric values, income and claim amount and lifetime value, if you see these are not normally distributed. So so I was segregating numerical columns and categorical columns, so that it is very easy to convert them into a category and object d types. So I was converted into their one, and I'm seeing the head part again, and I'm imputing simple imputer. So if you see imputation, there are some null values which we are observed above. There only 1%, but still I'm using imputation for numerical values. I was using strategy is mean, and for category I was using most frequently terms. So if you check, I was asking the way I am creating one variable. In that variable, I'm asking to be only numerical columns, and for category columns, I was giving only category columns. So null is equal to 0, and I am standardizing the part for numerical columns. If you see standardization, and I'm doing one hard encoding, one hard sorry, it's a label encoding. Yeah, I'm doing label encoding so that the columns are same as before, and I was concatenating numerical columns and numerical data and categorical data, and I'm checking the nulls again. There is no nulls, and and I am dropping customer and effective to the date. What I feel it was not use for us, so I was dropping it. And this is the part where this is task 2, k-means. It's clustering is one of the unsupervised learning algorithm. So in that, k-means is also one of the, there are the data which is in the form of unlabeled text, unlabeled. So we are converting them into a label manner. So I'm doing this elbow method. So if you see here, I'm taking 4 has my n clusters, and I'm fitting the data, and if you see, I was getting 1.00, and I was reduced it, and I was increased cluster number to 6, and still I'm getting almost the same. So I'm stopping the experiments there, and I'm doing the task 3 which you are asking to build top 10 married customers and single customers. This is the question which you are asking to write a code for this. So I am creating a variable called married customers. In that, I am asking iLock total rows from the data set. Marital status is the column. In that marital status, there are many levels: married, unmarried, single. From that, I'm asking take only married, and vehicle size equal to be mid size, and total claim amount should be less than 200, and number of policies should be less than 2. Sort values by income, ascending equal to false. So I'm asking to print total rows, only, sorry, first 20 rows and total columns. So these are the first top 20 members, and in this I'm asking to print only top 10 rows. So here I am changing the marital status to be single, so that the question which you are giving for us to be justified in this manner. So thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much. Thank you.